Hey, Matt, good to see you. A couple questions for you. First of all, I'd like to know a little bit about how practice is going as it compared to how it normally would during the pandemic. I'm sure things are changed, but how is it different than what it was like maybe this time last year?
Well, yeah, it's very different as you know. But as far as the pandemic goes, practice has been moving well. I mean, by this time last year, we were full out practicing, scrimmaging basically every day, and COVID free, not having to worry about anything. So there was that. And now we have the looming issue of the pandemic. And so it's been a long process up of us for us to get to playing 5-on-5, and we're grateful to be here now, and all these protocols that we have gone through and have to abide by have been long and tedious, but they're needed. And so we've been taking our steps, and now we're here being able to play 5-on-5, and I feel like it's been going well. Of course, we still have a long way to go. A long way to go chemistry wise, getting each other together and getting to know each other. Just because we haven't been able to be around each other for too long. So I feel like everything's going well.
How long have you been going 5-on-5, Matt?
I think we're going on our second week now. Um, we just played a scrimmage here in last inter-team scrimmage just this past weekend, and so just getting to see where we are and getting the feel for each other on the court, 5-on-5, getting up and down and getting to it, getting after it.
I don't know if you saw the news today, but ESPN had planned to do some bubble tournaments of which you guys were planning to be a part of, and they have just now canceled those. And I'm wondering, from a basketball player's perspective, with not knowing exactly when your first game was going to be, who it might be against, is that play a role in your mind at all?
No, not at all, not at all. This team is willing to play anybody, anywhere, anytime. I believe we'll be there, and we'll be ready to put on a show.
And as far as not knowing when that first game will be, because I know a lot of times athletes try to get into a rhythm of, okay, we got this much time for our first game, we want to do this, this, and this. Has that changed up at all, the not knowing of when or where your first game might be?
No, I don't think it changed anything for us. We just keep it pushing. We have to go through our days as they are, and get better as a team. We can't focus on who we're going to play, what day we're going to play on. We just know we have to be ready. So we're coming in every day, trying to get ready for tomorrow, trying to be ready for that day, and just trying to live in the moment.
Hey man, how's it going?
It's going well. How about yourself?
Good. Hey, a couple questions. First, Coach, last week when we were talking to him, was talking about how your role might be a little bit different this year. And I'm just wondering if you could maybe elaborate on that. What do you see your role being? Do you feel like this is your team now, or you're in Jordan's team? You're the guys who've been in the program the longest. And what does that mean, late shot clock, late in the game? Are you going to be the guy who has the ball in his hands?
I believe so. I believe to a certain extent this is my team, and along with Jordan, and Jordan is my running mate. And that's how I see it. We came in together along with Adam, whom redshirted, but I feel like me and Jordan have the experience. We've been on the floor together, and we know how to play together. We know how to get things done. We know how this program goes. So I see it as my team. I see it as me and Jordan's team, and we're running the show. Late in the shot clock, the ball may be in my hands the majority of the time. And I don't see it as an opportunity just for me to shoot the ball, but I see it as an opportunity to make a play. Whether it's for me making a play for myself, making a play for my team, getting somebody an open shot. These guys on this team are very, very able in shooting the ball. And so I definitely know that guys will be honing in on me this year, and knowing that I want to attack, and so making plays would be the smartest thing to do.
And then second question, you've got two fifth-year seniors on your team in Josh and Terrell that nobody has seen play. I mean, even in practice, since your practices are closed right now. What can you tell us about each of them?
High level guys. That's the first part about it. And they have the experience. They've played in college before. They've had these 4 years of experience in playing in high-level games. We played against Terrell, I believe, my sophomore year. And so I think you guys get a glimpse of Terrell Gomez in that game. Pretty sure we were down 17 in the first half in that game. So, but as far as Josh Tomei goes, he's a very high-level guy. Can shoot the ball, step out and shoot, as well as has post-game. And I feel like his leadership, his role coming in is going to be big time for us in helping this team grow chemistry-wise and really mature.
It's a few months back, but what did you learn by entering the NBA pre-draft process that you can use moving forward?
It's a rigorous, long process, first and foremost. But I feel what I can take from that is going into this year and throwing in all my marbles and getting myself into the best shape possible so that I know that I can go out on the court and be me. Then I feel like that's what I need to go out there and do and make plays for other people. They're not looking for guys to be LeBron James and be Kobe Bryant. So I got to go in and play my role. And if it's getting a guy an open shot, if it's taking the open shot and making a simple play, that's what I'm going to do.
And speaking of fitness, what did you do this summer to stay fit? Because last season you came in so much more fit and quick, and you played in the summer league, but those leagues weren't available to you this year. So what did you do to stay fit?
A lot of running, a lot of outdoors running. It was a lot of different things. I mean, you really get creative, or just over the course of just not being able to have things just at your leisure and just there for you. You got to go out and find it, and I feel like this is the time more than anywhere where you don't have those things that are right in front of you. You got to go get it. It shows your grit, your determination, and so that's really what I dug down deep in is not only fitness but that grit and determination to get my weight right and be ready for this season.
Hey Matt, I hope you're doing well.
Thank you.
I'm just curious, did you have any conversations with any of the football players after this past weekend to kind of get a feel for the COVID protocols and what a game day is like and kind of how you navigate that whole situation?
No, not yet. I'm currently letting them bask in their first win. And congratulations to the football team. They did a tremendous job this weekend. But not yet. I'm sure I'll be able to talk to them over social media and see them around, walking to practice. Something like that, and so, but it's kind of hard to be able to just catch guys in the wind now because of all these protocols. You're kind of going from point A to B.
And then, did the basketball team do anything as a group to watch the game together? Anything like that?
No, not really. We watched, from my knowledge, from our perspective homes, just trying to abide by these rules, these COVID rules. Although we are one team and we are all testing 3 times a week, we still want to keep abiding by these protocols and keep our distance and not try and cultivate and congregate in too large numbers.
What's up, Matt? Hope you're doing well. Hey, I'm curious, have you guys mentally moved on from last year? I mean, is that ship still hanging around, not being able to go into the tournament? Are you guys using that as motivation by any means, or what is that in your mind?
I am, yeah, because I know that it was our right to be there and that we would have made a lot of noise in the tournament. But to a certain extent, also, you got to let it go because it's not the same team. So it's kind of that looming factor of keeping that chip on your shoulder and knowing that you were there and having that determination to get back there. That's all it is. And me and Jordan, Adam, Nate, even Nate, AG, all these returners, they want to get back there. They want to play in the NCAA tournament. And I believe these guys that are coming in, these new guys are going to put everything aside, put all agendas aside, and we're going to do anything and everything possible we need to get there.
Typically, you could use being knocked out of the tournament or something as a building block to improve for next season. You guys don't really have that. You guys ended, going in as what would have been a 1 seed. I mean, what do you guys use as the building block going into this year?
We use our offense. We use the guys that have the experience in this college game. our building block is each other. The way I see it, we have to use each other and use our experience, our knowledge of the game, to go in and build off of each other. I feel like Jordan and I had a great year last year, as well as AG in the minutes that he was able to play, and Adam in the minutes that he was able to play. And so just being able to build off of the time that you did play last year, I feel like bringing that aspect into it will play a big part. As far as the freshmen, they just got to get in where they fit in. Right now, it's a challenge for them because you have to go abide by all these protocols, and you're not really able to be here in the summer and get all those workouts in. So it's going to be a task for them. But I see these three. I don't think there's anybody else up for the challenge as good as them.
Quick question, Matt. Having grown up in Southern California, what would it mean for you to play UCLA?
It'd be great. I don't see it being too big of a deal for me. I don't think it sways me emotionally one way or another. Wanting to play UCLA, I know growing up it was my dad's favorite team, college-wise. Hopefully that's changed since I entered college. But it's another game. We're ready to play whoever, whenever. Whatever time you give us a day, you give us a team, you give us a place, we'll show up ready to play.
Hey, Matt. So I'm curious. Back in March, just before the tournament was canceled, we asked you how you would feel about playing in front of no fans, and you said that you'd rather play in the Jam Center. So I'm curious now, seeing that the NBA bubble has happened and other sports are being played with no fans. Has your opinion on that kind of changed?
Not at all. I see the way they did it in the bubble. It wasn't too big of a gym. Wasn't too much space, and they're able to play. Their energy was each other. They fed off of each other, and so I see this team taking that same energy, that same mindset into play. We're behind each other 100%, wanting each other to succeed. So I see no issue with us being our own crowd.
Matt, I wonder, some of the teams that we've talked with going into this kind of your own self-imposed bubble that you have to kind of do to keep everybody healthy, I'm wondering if you guys have talked amongst each other as a team and taken a pledge or an oath to do these things, and what that conversation might have entailed if you have.
Almost definitely. We have talked about it early on before we had to come back to campus. We talked about it with the coaching staff. We talked about it between each other. But just wanting to stay healthy, wanting to be on the court. You're gonna do whatever you have to make it there. And so we've made our pledge, made our promise to each other to abide by these protocols. As has the university, the athletic center, abiding by all the protocols, the signs, wearing your mask and staying 6 feet away. And so I see it as no issue as us being healthy and abiding by these rules.
And one final question. 2020 has been hard for a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. And you, as the Aztecs basketball team, have an opportunity to provide a lot of joy, give somebody to root for and that sort of thing. Have you guys thought about that at all? Or have you yourself thought about what kind of opportunity that might be to bring some joy to some people who may have been struggling this year?
Most definitely. I think our fans are really going to miss out on being able to be at our games and cheering and selling out crowds every home game. And so I see us being able to play and being out there and putting our best foot forward, not only for ourselves, for us as teammates, for our families back home, but for the community as well. This San Diego State community has given a plethora to this basketball program, to all the programs, and for not only basketball but for every sport to be able to come back and be able to play. I think we should do it for not only each other and for our families back home, but definitely for the San Diego State community.